Rankings.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Power Rankings.
Again, the combination of He-Man and Private Pile from Full Metal Jacket is maybe my crowning achievement, and I hope Jerry Bruckheimer's here already, just to see how, our production value. I mean,
he might turn around and leave.
No, he might say.
Sees the list.
Does RES Consulting have room for another client?
Oh, we can only pray
that's
for
right.
that.
Come on, TJ. Let's talk our game up
We
here.
may have to start charging if Jerry's coming on
Yeah, I
board.
mean, eventually we have to like turn a profit.
Yeah.
Okay, so the power rankings, top 5. Normally I count 10 up to 1. This week, however, is a unique week. What with the Bills and the Eagles both being on a bye, and the Chiefs and the Cowboys and the Giants having all won. Those were my top 5 in last week's power rankings. So there's no change atop my power rankings. Zero change. I know you thought the Chiefs might leapfrog the Eagles because the Eagles were off and the Chiefs just won, and the Cowboys, had a little bit of struggle with Dak before they beat the Lions, and the Giants needed to defend the last inch of turf in Jacksonville, and you think there might be a change. But there was another team that was on a bye week too, so I'm keeping everything 1 through 5. No change.
What?
None.
Rich, let me ask you this.
It
Just let me ask you this.
stays like before.
This is what I said to TJ yesterday. Do you think if the Eagles and Chiefs played right now,
Yes.
who would win?
I'll take the Eagles because they're above me in my power rankings.
The Eagles are not beating the Chiefs.
Okay,
Like, just be honest.
Sounds
with
good.
yourself.
Sounds
be
good.
honest with yourself.
They've only. That's all we hear about is how the Eagles have the secondary in Bradbury and my guy Slay. Okay, you think? Okay, let's lock those guys up. Let's get the rest of the defense trying to rush the passer while figuring out how to stop Kelsey, and then you run it right down the gut and make sure Mahomes gets antsy standing on the sideline. They have the ability. They have their own quarterback. Okay? And if they played him right now with Frank Clark out for 2 games, I'll take the Eagles. And maybe you would too. All right? If it's in Philadelphia as well,
Whole question.
that's the way I'm talking about it. And I can't put the Giants over the Cowboys because the Cowboys are already beaten. And I'm not putting the Cowboys or the Giants underneath anything what they've already done because they just won this week, and they are, in my mind, still the best 5 teams in the NFL.
This is a great segment, man.
Well, here's the bottom part of it. No, here's the bottom part of it. At least I'm admitting what's going on right here.
No, I appreciate your top
All right,
5.
number 10. I got a new team on the list. I'm putting them on there. I'm putting the Seattle Seahawks on this list.
I'm not mad at that either.
You just made the list.
Yes, you did.
10th best team in the league?
Why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be? You probably wanted to put, if you had to do your top 10 and your top 5, you probably would have put the Chargers sitting there at number 10 last week because they won. They won a football game. They actually just won a football game. They beat up the Denver Broncos. Even though they kind of needed to by the skin of their teeth, but they're 4-2. They got to put them on there because they just won a game and they're 4-2. No. The Seahawks have a team that will sneak up on you and beat you, and you better start watching for them.
But you still think the Niners are winning the division?
Right now, yes, I do. And the Niners have already beaten them, but they're 3-4, and I'm putting a 4-3 team on
the
them.
Niners in your top 10?
They are not in my top 10 now. They have dropped out of the top 10.
But they're still going to win the division.
Yeah, I do think so. These are all possible things. That you're viewing these things as such black and white. And by the way, stop heckling me. I'm getting through my list.
Oh, yeah. Does that make
My
you
gosh.
mad? Holy cow, that's awful that
How'd you
someone
like
would
me? How would you
constantly
like it? How
interrupt
would
your list.
Sarah like it if I
Who would
went
ever
to
do that?
her gig and started barking at her halfway through?
Well, that's not part of going to a show. This is part
fans,
of our
fans
show.
would think differently. Number 9 on the list.
I'm heckling.
Number 9 on the list, moving up a spot. I'm taking the 5-2 New York Jets. The 5-2 New York Jets up a spot. I cannot wait to see this game this weekend.
James Robinson had practice today.
Damn, he's at practice today?
They just showed a video of him.
That's why they went ahead and they were aggressive, and they're like, we're not going to wait for the trade deadline just to wait out the Jaguars and see if we can squeeze out this guy for a better deal for us. Fork up the 6, say it could be a 5, go get the guy who's got 1,000 yards rushing, and tell the team we're being aggressive, just like you were on the field. Thanks for that 5-2 start, says the front office. Here's some help. Love it. Number 9 on my list. Number 8 on my list are the Tennessee Titans. They are leading the AFC South. Derrick Henry is coming downhill for you. The diminisher is running in a way that we did not see in the first 2 weeks of the season. Gosh, I love Mike Vrabel, your defending coach of the year. And I just love the way that he's got this team believing. The offense concerns me outside of Derrick Henry, but the defense is balling out, and Tennessee is going to Houston this week. By the way, that's where Vrabel used to coach. Everybody thinks Vrabel's on the Belichick coaching tree. He's on the Belichick playing tree. Right. But he's and I guess he's on the Belichick coaching tree through Bill O'Brien. I guess I don't know, but
through osmosis.
Bottom line, he's going back to where he once belonged in Houston this week. That game against Kansas
and buckle up.
Yeah, that game. By the way, on the horizon at Kansas City, Week 9 on Sunday night. Tennessee at Kansas City is going to be a fun one for your mind's eye. Keep that in your head. Number 7 on my list is a guy we just hung up with, Joe Burrow's Cincinnati Bengals. I think they're winning this division. I think they are winning this division. They have won 4 of 5. The arrow is pointing up, and man, the arrow is pointing at Cleveland on Monday night. Look out below. And number 6 on the list is a team that didn't play last week, so they stay too. Like before, the Minnesota Vikings are currently 6 on my power rankings. I can't wait to see. Apparently, Kirk Cousins is sitting down with Michael Irvin on game day morning because Michael picked him preseason as his MVP. Right now, you can't say that Cousins is out of that race.
Right.
You can't say that. You know, you can't say he's out of the race. You can't say he's really in it either. But,
yeah, there you go.
But they're home against Arizona. We'll see how that goes.
That is going to be a weird game.
So my top 6 of my power rankings stays like a before. Like the rent in Godfather Part 2.
Chiefs should have.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins 40-1 MVP right now. Anybody biting?
Just serve.
Do you want to?
I don't.
I don't condone that sort of thing.
Joe Burrow 16-1.
I'd
I'd rather jump on
And by
that.
the way, for anybody that's wondering if I do dabble in that sort of thing, I'm just giving out my phone number for golf lessons.